just that anyone can win. I think I saw USA having a tough day. They were at the back of the pack in the fleet races, and then we won the fleet races, and then they beat us in the match race. So shows anyone can win on their day.
So you think it's going to be a really close fought battle?
Yeah, I mean, when the wind's like this at the moment, which the forecast is pretty similar for the event, it's really anyone's. USA popped up on the foil and sailed away, and then every time we tried to split and make something happen on our side of the course, their side of the course came in and they extended their lead. So they beat us by a long way in the end, half a leg. And yeah, it shows that in these boats, if you have more wind than the other guy, the differences are huge.
So it's going to become a very tactical battle as much as a sailing skills battle?
Today was really tactical. I mean, there's times there when we were tacking in very odd places, but Jason saw something coming down the course and we got into more pressure and overtook boats. In one of them there, we were going into the final downwind. I think we were probably in the third or fourth and a minute off the lead, and we ended up winning the race by 5 minutes just by staying in better pressure. And so it's anyone's racing. It's just who can pick the gusts the best.
So what's the hardest thing about sailing these boats? I mean, you've sailed them in their original configuration. Are they better, easier to sail now?
They're probably a little easier technically to sail, but still a lot of the control systems are just going to take time for us to get used to. At the moment, it's sort of been all put together and put in an even package, so everyone's identical. But there could be some tweaks which we'll make after the event for all the teams and try to improve the boat for everyone, and that's a good thing. We work as a team on that. All the teams give their input and we try to improve the class after each event. It's not like the America's Cup where you do your own thing. Any change to the boat happens to all six.
You can't tweak little things yourselves without telling anyone. It's all open.
No, we have a central tech team which all jump on the boat as soon as the boat goes in the shed, and if there's anything we've put on the boat that's not allowed, we get told about it and it has to come off immediately. But before we hit the water, they go through and check that we haven't put anything on, and even as simple as we named one of the buttons down instead of rudder lift, and we got told to take that off and take that piece of sticker off, and we want that named exactly the way we want it named. And so yeah, it's very, very strict one design.
So realistically we could see big changes in the pecking order as you go from venue to venue. Yeah,
for sure. I can't, sort of when we arrived here, obviously Nathan and ourselves, we were expecting a bit of a gap on the fleet, but it's unbelievable how quickly they've caught us. We all share data, so at the end of each day we know that all the other teams are looking at our data and seeing how we jibe the boat and what our rudder lift angles are and what our turn rates are. You can get basically every little bit of information and anyone. So we've actually been watching Nathan Outridge's jibes. I know the whole fleet have been requesting to get data on our tacks because our tacks are quite good. And and then the next day they come out and they're doing exactly the same tacks as us. So it's frustrating as it is when you get a gain on everyone. They can just look at the data, analyse it and figure it out, and then all of a sudden they've caught you again.